someone who has been championing digital transformation, who has the accolades and recognition to prove it, and I think someone who has really focused on pushing some boundaries and engaging with the right people at the right time to bring about change that's necessary. And I think that's something that we should all applaud. So please join me in applauding Francesca, who's going to join us from Vodafone today.
Good evening, everyone. Francesca from Vodafone. So I'll probably struggle to keep this one just steady because, you know, Italians like to move hands. So that will be flying around. And as I can't move my hands, I will probably move my feet. So I'll go one step down and I will walk. As a society, we're going through a big transformation. We're changing ways of working. We're changing ways of living. We are incorporating data and digital in everything we do. Now, the question you want to ask is, how is Telco and AI playing a role in this transformation? And I think the answer is, it depends. It depends on how much ambitious you are as an industry and as a company to drive transformation. For us to be a catalyst of innovation, we need to be very brave and transform holistically across the network, across the operation, across the service, across the customers, across the business. And I say, I'll start with networks. Why do we need to transform our networks? Because we need a network that is agile, where we can provision network resources and network function dynamically, so that we can deliver dynamic SLA. SLA, they're not fixed anymore. If you look at digital services, digital health services will have tighter SLA than maybe smart building services. So we need to have a network that is agile. Then if we look at the operation, we want to have a self-organized network. We want to have all the FCAPs, what we call it FCAPs, so fault management, configuration management, performance management, and security management, all AI-driven, so that we can have a self-healing network, so that we can enable zero-touch operation. And then we also want to innovate on the service layer, because we want to cloudify the experience of provisioning as services through portal and a catalog-driven marketplace. And we want to revolutionize the engagement model with customers. We want to co-innovate with them. We want to co-create with them. And finally, we want to transform our business model. Everyone talks about having a platform play, having a network that is not only AI-driven, but is also API-driven. And if your network is API-driven, then you can just build synergy with partners across the entire ICT stack, and then you can drive solution model. You can become a pure digital service provider. And when I say building synergy, I don't mean just technical synergy, it's operational synergy, it's business synergy. It's co-creating together. Now, obviously, we need to innovate our ways of working as well, and we need to embed AI in every line of business. And this is what we are doing in Vodafone. We are embedding AI in the energy management. We use AI to kind of identify a heat map of energy consumption and do a targeted action. We use AI in finance to do our OPEX management, make sure we are in control of our spending phase and within the envelope. We're using AI to be able to drive our investment decision in the radio estate. We call it smart CapEx. So what we do, we decide based on some criteria, being maximizing ROI, maximizing customer experience, minimizing not spot. Based on that, we use AI to drive investment decision. We're using GenAI in our contract management. We want to automate the invoice settlement for let's say, services, or for services we do with third-party DC for colo services, and we want to avoid dispute. We use GenAI as well to be able to rank all our sites based on technology, based on services, based on customers as well. And we're also using synergy between geointelligence and AI to be able to monetize our assets, to drive proactively our expansion of our network in a way that we deliver a topology that is demand-driven. But we also know that AI outcomes are as good as data quality, right? So we have a strong focus on data as well. We have a data strategy team that has created a vision and a work stream activity that enable us to deliver data ownership, data lineage, data catalog, and more importantly, data quality. We know that as an industry we have a really huge problem in data. Data fragmented, we have silos. So if we don't solve the data problem, we can build any intelligence we want, but we won't have a valued outcome. We're also going one step further when it comes to data. We're building GenAI into the data. We are using graph database to be able to create what we call it intent-based inventory. So the intelligence is in the data. And why we need that? Because we need to be able to break that silos and map customer ID to service ID to network ID. If we're able to do that, we know the cost of carrying of our services, and we can drive profitable revenue. So now, obviously for doing that, as I said before, we are revolutionizing our ways of working. We don't talk about POC anymore, we talk about MVP. We are in that era of fast failing, right? We want to be able to, we have created squad, we adopt agile methodologies. The squad are made by Scrum Master, data engineer, data scientist. We use just 8 weeks to deliver an MVP. It's design-based, outcome-driven. If the outcome is positive, we productize. If not, move on to the next use case in the backlog. Now, the question you may want to ask is, well, okay, you are transforming, you are creating an intelligent connectivity. How do you enable transformation for your customers? We do that through bundling our intelligent connectivity, which is software-driven, AI-driven, API-driven, with what we call it MPN, Mobile Private Network, local 5G, and AI platform. If you think about that, an MPN, a Mobile Private Network, enables to incorporate real-time capability into the operational activity of our customers, enterprise customers. So in this way, we enable the enterprise to become a data platform, data-driven, but those raw data means nothing. They need to be ingested in AI platform. And that's where our intelligent connectivity will enable. We'll ingest those data either into the Vodafone IoT platform or AI platform that comes from our partners, for example, Google. With that, we're able to drive actionable insights that eventually will enable innovation, operational innovation, and business innovation. And that's what drives us. What we're trying to do is, with our rich portfolio, our intelligent connectivity, we are driving social value creation. Thank you, everyone.